I'm like, wow. How could you say that you Christian? How could you say that you grateful on one hand and be hateful on the other hand?
Right.
You can't be grateful and hateful at the same time.
Well, there is a movement going along the internet currently in a lot of educated black circles, stating in a lot of Pan-Africanist circles, stating that the beginning of the downfall of the black man is when he accepted Christ as his Lord and Savior. They believe that Christ or Christianity is essentially the first form of white supremacy over a black person, meaning that the day they handed you that white Jesus or that sword was the day you began to move further away from your true identity.
Scientifically and just straight knowledge based, you know what? I cannot look at Michelangelo's portrayal of Jesus. I'm just thinking that he probably wasn't the most handsomest person in the world, but, he probably was a real person. But you know something? Today, man, they diluted so much, with all this other stuff. Nobody knows what the truth is about that. But you know what? That's another reason. Right there, people need to start. There's been so many killings in the name of God.
Right. I mean,
there's been more murders in the name of God than anything else. And you know something? People are going like this saying, oh, you know what? This person here is a bad person. We're trying to knock that stigma out that black people or most black men walking around are negative people. I love 50 Cent, man. I love what he stands for, the 50th of the law. I love his writings. I like Eric B.
Right.
Rakim.
Right.
More Rakim. These guys are powerful cats,
Hey,
man.
this is soul politics. Listen, on a lighter note, Billboard dropped their 10 best rappers. Tupac not on the list. Your thoughts?
Tupac's not on the list?
At all.
He's poetic.
How is Tupac? How is Tupac not on the top 10 of all-time rappers list? But Lil Wayne is on the list.
It was all depending on who's making the list.
I wouldn't care if Moses came out of the mountain with a tablet and made the list. I would believe that Tupac Shakur, one of the greatest rappers of all time.
He was a lyricist. He was a warrior too, man.
Right. That's like leaving Malcolm X off of the top 10 freedom fighters list.
I kind of agree with you on that. There.
Right. But on a wrap up basis, I wanted to just inform the people, right? So it was very important that me and you get at least a weekly spot, at least 30 minutes a week, to be able to just dissect current events, because it seems that at my age and at your age, you being a mentor of mine, we see things the same, but from a different parallel. You might see them from an advanced perspective because you have a stronger life base and you have different forms of education. And as Soul Politics grows, I want to be able to reach a larger base, a base that understands that we're not here to guide people's opinions. We're more here to spark conversations that lead to solutions.
Well, you started a great conversation, and just let me say, what happens is that a lot of us, young African American men, especially, we get so smokescreen because got to work, got kids, got this. We don't have time for this, and then that's where the problem comes in.
Right on.
You see, because then we don't talk about it enough. The problem comes in because we become smokescreened. And we say, oh, this isn't important, not until we find out that it really affects our lives. But the number one culprit that has been placed in our communities has been drugs. And I am going to fight. I'm going to tell people, that it can be broken. That cycle can be broken. It's drugs, and that has been smogging our mind. On a closed mind, nothing can be grafted, Alex. It's crazy because a lot of us, man, we want to just stay closed-minded. We can dress up the outside, but it's the inside, that we really should be addressing.
This is Soul Politics.